Hi guys, this is Doug and I'm going to draw my life. Before I was born, my mum was actually expecting a girl, but then, on May the 22nd at 5:22 in the morning, in a little town in Sussex, England, out popped a boy, me. Hopefully my parents weren't too disappointed. My earliest memories are from nursery, or preschool for you Americans, when I was about 3 or 4. I don't remember a lot, but I know it involved a lot of Play-Doh and specifically squeezing it through a garlic press because it came out all stringy and cool. I moved to my first school when I was 4 and I loved it there. My first teacher was Mrs. Goad. She was awesome because she kept a jar of Smarties on her desk and we'd get one if we ever did something good. I remember the first time I got in trouble and had to stand facing the wall. I felt so bad, like it was the worst thing ever, but I made it through. It was my first or second year at this school that I started having piano lessons, something that I've kept going ever since. I have one brother who's 3 years older than me. We used to fight quite a lot when we were younger, although he did save my life from a falling mirror once, so I guess that kind of makes up for some of it. When I was 8, my mum took me to go see some puppies that had just been born not far from our house. After playing with them for a bit, she whipped out the biggest and bestest surprise of my life and told me we'd be taking one home. We called our new dog Ralph after a family vote, and I'm super lucky that Ralph's still around today. He's still fairly fit and healthy, although he is turning 15 in September, and I don't know what I'm going to do when he's gone, as he's been keeping me company for pretty much most of my life. School was pretty normal for me, and I really enjoyed it for the most part. I was, however, one of the naughty kids and did get in trouble quite a bit. Luckily, I managed to not get suspended, although I think I came close quite a few times. Music was a big part of school for me. I joined the school jazz band when I was 9, and my continued interest in music led me to get a music scholarship, which meant my parents could just about afford to keep me there until I was 16. It did mean I had to sing in choir the whole time, which I think I used to pretend to hate, but kind of probably secretly loved. Although they did make me learn the bassoon for a year so I could join the orchestra, which I really did hate. Fortunately, that didn't last long though. I started my first job when I was 12. I cleaned the golf carts at my local golf club in return for being able to drive them, which I loved, whenever I played, as I was still too young to earn money. I remember some of the kids in my class would laugh at me for having this job, but I never really cared or even understood why, as I was proud to be taking on responsibility from such an early age. When I was 14, I moved into the kitchen of the same golf club, which I also really enjoyed, as the chefs were really nice and I probably wouldn't be as good a cook today if they hadn't taught me so much. Back at school, I was more of a maths and science boy than English or humanities, and I actually hated English so much that for the whole of year 10, I pretended to have a piano lesson in the middle of one of my English classes, but I'd actually just go to the music school and play the piano for an hour. I don't know how I didn't get caught. I loved drama as well and performed in all the plays and musicals that I could, including Titanic the Musical, which is still one of my favourite musicals to date. At 16, I left my school of 9 years to go to sixth form college, which is kind of like senior high school in America. Whilst I enjoyed the newfound freedom of only having to go in when I had classes, it was a pretty average 2 years of my life, as I didn't have loads of fun there. It was, however, the time that I started YouTube. I'd been watching videos on YouTube for about a year or so, but during the summer of 2007, I began to find people just like you or me talking to the camera and uploading it to the website. One of the first people I found was What About Adam? He seemed really cool and interesting, and along with my previous love of making little home movies, he actually inspired me to give it a go and upload something of my own. So I uploaded my first video, a lip sync to this song I really liked at the time. My second video was a response to Adam in the hope he'd see my videos. I was lucky enough to finally meet Adam 5 years later at Summer in the City last year, and we've been friends ever since. It was amazing to see those first few subscribers coming in at the pace of a couple a day. It was crazy that people I didn't know were watching and encouraging my videos, and it made me so happy. That hasn't changed, and I still get excited when I get nice comments on my videos. I still read every single one and always thank you in my head, even if I can't say explicitly to each of you every time. I worked hard at my A-levels, and despite an offer from Cambridge University, I knew in my heart I wouldn't enjoy it there, so I ended up going to Bristol University to study computer science. I fell in love with Bristol after going there the year before to see some YouTubers perform on a live BBC web show, so I guess YouTube had already begun to make a big impact on my life from an early point. Unfortunately, after I started at Bristol, student life took over and I kinda stopped making videos. I guess I still wasn't all that comfortable telling people I make videos in my bedroom for the internet. University did have a big impact on me as a person though, and although it wasn't all easygoing, especially when I wondered if computer science was even the right choice for me, I wouldn't change it if I had the chance to go back. Without a doubt, the best part of university was having the opportunity to leave Bristol to study at the University of California in my penultimate year. I made some really good friends and had the best year of my life. Not only getting to take interesting classes that Bristol didn't offer, but of course getting to travel lots and enjoying the whole American party lifestyle that is so much more fun than a typical night out in England. Other highlights were going to Coachella Music Festival and having the hottest but most awesome weekend of my life, and also spending spring break in Cabo, Mexico. Coming back to rainy England after the best year of my life was a little bit depressing, but I kept myself busy over the summer holiday and then went back to Bristol to finish my final year at university. It was at Summer in the City last year that I was inspired to start making videos again, although it has been a little bit tough to balance with the workload in my final year of uni. However, I've just graduated with my master's degree, and as you know, I'll be uploading every Sunday for the foreseeable future. I've no idea where I'll be in 5 years, but I do know I'll be making the most of every opportunity that comes my way, and I look forward to taking you guys along for the ride. Whether this is the first video of mine you've watched or you've been subscribed for years, I really do want to thank each and every one of you for sitting here right now and joining me along the way. I hope you enjoyed this video, as it's been a little bit different to normal. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know. And if you're not yet a regular viewer, I hope you'll join me every Sunday for my weekly videos by clicking subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!